Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd give this thing a try. So I thought I'd try and get myself an avatar and see how this goes. And I hope you like it. So what are we gonna do? Let's get straight into this article. Let's see. Yeah, I just thought I'd give this new avatar a try, see how this goes. Maybe it'll be okay, maybe it won't. Who knows? But we shall see. I am a bald velociraptor. I should be covered in fur and feathers by now, but oh well. Jurassic Park, what can I say? But let's get to the article. And yeah. So Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki screens film at Lucasfilm after expressing desire to direct a Star Wars movie. That's right, guys, a Star Wars movie. I wonder how that's going to work. So Takashi Yamazaki, the director of Godzilla Minus One, screened his box office hit at Lucasfilm less than a month after expressing his desire to direct a Star Wars film. You know what? I think actually he could do a pretty good job with Star Wars. But I don't think showing on letting them watch Godzilla Minus One will actually help with that decision, because I don't think they will allow it to happen. So I don't think they will actually take him on. I don't know why. They should do, really, but who knows? So ex-user August Ragoon reported that he attended a screening of Godzilla Minus One at Lucasfilm, where the film's director Takashi Yamazaki was in attendance. So he was there. Ragone posted, "Great Godzilla Minus One screening tonight at Lucasfilm. Was introduced to director Yamazaki after the Q&A. He was also gracious enough to sign my copy of the Japanese theatre program, a Godzillion thanks." No, clever. A Godzillion thanks to Ken Ibrahim and Dave Filoni. We'll go into some more about other things after this, but I just want to get this across, because I don't know if this will be good or bad, to be honest. I like to think it'll be a good thing. He is an outstanding director. I mean, just look at what he did with Godzilla Minus One. I haven't seen it, but I'm waiting for the black and white version to come out. And yeah, I think the black and white version might be the best way to go, to be honest. But the fact that it's a record-breaking Japanese movie, I think that just says everything, doesn't it? I mean, it's well over 100 million by now. Yes, I do, and I've still got it.
Steve!
God, I can't get enough of that, to be honest. I like that. You've seen it, Win Grace. That's the thing. If you want a Godzilla movie made, let the Japanese do it. You know, Legendary done a great job, but you know, I think the Japanese should always have been involved. And he basically is. Takashi is. He's good. You know, he knows what he's doing when it comes to Godzilla, but I don't know. I'm not sure about the Star Wars possibilities, but I don't think they will. Like I said, I mean, I don't think they will take him on to do a movie, but he's trying. He's trying. As what's this tweet from August Ragone? Great. Godzilla Minus One screening. Oh, that's just telling us what the article said. Was introduced to director Yamazaki after Q&A. He was also gracious enough, Godzillion thanks, blah, blah, blah. Same thing, exactly the same. I'll press the wrong button. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. The Rebel Moon. I can just imagine Zack Snyder typing that into Chat GBT. You know, rewrite my Star Wars script for me because I can't be bothered to think about it. That's what I get. I feel that the script of Rebel Moon was 100% AI generated as a result of Lucasfilm and KK turning his original script down, basically. But yeah, if if he actually if Yamazaki actually made Rebel Moon, it would probably be a million times better. And Steve, I know you liked it. I know you liked it. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Uh, the screening took place a little over a month after Yamazaki told Slash Film that he wants to make a Star Wars film. I watched Star Wars, and that's how I ended up being a filmmaker, he said. I'm really hoping I will get a call and they will bring me on to Star Wars. Well, if the odds are, if they did bring you on to Star Wars, the movie or show will be cancelled anyway. Just saying. Now, a screening at Lucasfilm doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's likely that discussions about Yamazaki's love for Star Wars and his desire to make a new Star Wars film were likely discussed. Well, they probably would have been, but then the likelihood of it happening will be basically non-existent. It's also hard not to see this as a positive sign coming out of Lucasfilm, given just how well crafted Godzilla Minus One's story and characters were, especially on a budget less than 15 million. Well, that's true. Still enjoying. Okay. Well, fair play. I mean, you can enjoy whatever you want. I mean, it's like there are a lot of films that I've enjoyed watching. Don't necessarily like them. Same with shows, basically. But yeah, it's really weird with this avatar. It's face tracking, so yeah, looks good though. I think I like the look of it. But I mean, I can't wait to see the black and white one. I really do hope it goes global. But even if it just comes on DVD, I'll buy it no matter what. Likelihood of that happening? I reckon it'll be pretty high that it'll come out on DVD, but will it come out on DVD in the UK? That's another story. So yeah, let's carry on with this. If Lucasfilm does indeed bring on Yamazaki to direct a film, it definitely could ignite optimism about the franchise, and and that has shot itself in the foot at nearly every opportunity, whether that be the atrocious Disney sequel trilogy that completely destroyed the characters of Luke Skywalker and Yoda, or the various Disney Plus series that maligned characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Boba Fett. I will point out that I know this article is on That Park Place, but I like to believe that That Park Place actually does a lot of research and stuff into this, and this has appeared in other places. I mean, it's on the Star Wars News Network. Um, let me share this. Was that sharing that one? So it's on the Star Wars News Network. So it's not the only place where all this stuff has been going on. But I think that Park Place is a much better place to read this. Let me just check that that's swapped. Yes, it did. Good. Uh, no, we do not need Tom Cruise in Star Wars. But if Tom Cruise was in Star Wars, do you think he would be Luke Skywalker or Han Solo? No, not Rebel Moon in black and white. Rebel Moon can be in my incinerator burning for all I might care about it. I did not like it. I really didn't. But no, no Tom Cruise. No Tom Cruise. Um, so yeah, that's Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker contemplates murdering his nephew Ben Solo in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now that is completely off character, but you could imagine that the original Jedi Order wouldn't have hesitated, right? So clearly, Yamazaki knows how to respect beloved franchises, as he showcased in Godzilla Minus One. He does not make a mockery of Godzilla, but adds to the king of the monsters' legendary library. And he did a very good job. I mean, I know I haven't seen it, but I mean, he's done an amazing job with it. And like I said, I cannot wait for the black and white version because I think it's going to be better. Because I think they've re-edited it as well. They went in layer by layer to adjust the color, so which is outstanding work. There's a lot of work to put into it. Uh, Not only does he respect Godzilla, but he introduces new characters that have strong convictions, their own internal struggles, and ultimately the willingness to choose what is true and right. This is most clearly seen when Ryunosuke Kamiki's, are probably butchering these names, Koichi Shikishima, rejects suicide and finds another way to defeat Godzilla. That's the problem is they're always trying to defeat Godzilla. I mean, how many times do you try before you think, you can't defeat him? You know, just saying. This film also has strong moral messages. Hey, it's got messages in it. It's got messages in it, promoting the value of a family as well as the value of unified, not ununified, unified and united culture. Um, I'm pretty sure that they could have just gone with unified culture, maybe, instead of having unified and united. But anyway, it's Godzilla! Is that Godzilla? Not only did Yamazaki showcase his strong character and story work in Godzilla Minus One, but he's no stranger to war movies either. Obviously, Godzilla Minus One features battles against Godzilla, but Yamazaki also directed The Great War of Archimedes that was released back in 2019. I might have to take a look at that. I might have to take a look at that. I'll just have a quick look at this and see. Yeah, that might be an interesting thing to look at. I might have to have a look at that. Definitely. The Dark Herald at Fandom Pulse recommends the film and notes a good portion of the film's budget was lent to the film's opening scenes depicting US naval forces destroying the Japanese battleship Yamato. Interesting. And I'm that's the Great War of Archimedes then. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. I'm definitely gonna have to have a look at that. Yes. Messages, not message, not the message. Exactly. This film is a reboot, so it's the first time anyone has seen Godzilla in this universe. That is true. That is true. But I'd like to see it more as a retcon than a reboot, if that makes any sense. If you know my definitions of retcon, reboot, and remaster. But we know it's not the legendary Godzilla anyway, right? So what else we got? I would be remiss to also mention that Yamazaki previously created a live action adaptation of Space Battle Bit, but bleh, I got tongue tied there. Space Battleship Yamato that was released back in 2010. I was actually I started watching that yesterday. Like I said with a lot of Japanese stuff, I wish they had it was in English because I don't think they have a dubbed version of it. I'll have to look into that. But I can't remember where was I watching it. I think it was one of those channels on Amazon. I think it was on Prime. The proper film was not Godzilla. I know they called it Godzilla, but it's not Godzilla. Or is it a preturn? Hmm. Hmm. Maybe. I won't know until I've seen it. Godzilla and Godzilla -1. I mean, look at that. I mean, even the blurring as it just in this picture. I mean, something that tall, there would be a bit of distortion higher up you go, the higher you're looking, right? In many cases. Uh, so, if Lucasfilm taps Yamazaki to make a Star Wars film, the movie surely could not be any worse than what the company has created over the past decade. Plus, since George Lucas sold it to the Walt Disney Company. What do you make of Yamazaki's screening Godzilla -1 at Lucasfilm? Well, that's actually a good question. I don't have a problem with it. I think he could bring a lot of good into the Star Wars universe. I do think he could make a very good Star Wars movie or a show, to be honest, judging from his work. I'm going to have a look at that Great War of Archimedes. It looks like it might be an interesting thing. So I'll definitely look into that. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Yamazaki screening Godzilla -1 at Lucasfilm? Um, and neither confirm nor deny that wish. I mean, anyone can say. I could say, I'm going to go to Lucasfilm. I'm going to pitch them a Star Wars idea, and if they hire me, I'm going to write. I'm going to bring Star Wars back to where it should be. I'm not a writer. I can't do that. You know, I mean, maybe Hollywood should look towards Japan to make movies and stuff, or at least to learn from. Right? Maybe they can learn what they've forgotten. You know, the audience knows best. The audience know what they want. You should provide them with what they want. Right? If we want an outstanding Star Wars movie, you give us an outstanding Star Wars movie. You don't give us the Last Jedi. Basically, right? Um, but there is something else, and I mean, I've not really thought much about uh, what to say to this, but this article I found, as you can see, this is a free version of the Avatar. I haven't subscribed to them because I'm just trying it out for now. I understand that from if I if I subscribe to a tier, I can create an entirely new avatar all by myself, which sounds like a lot of hard work. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But the interesting thing I want to take a look at is something that I just heard about just before going live. I found the article on the insidethemagic.com. I don't know. I've never used this place before, so I'd take it with a grain of salt. But I thought it was worth looking at because it's both good and silly. Oh God, it's Jar Jar. Fans just want a show where Rose Tycho teams up with Jar Jar and they go on wacky adventures. Maybe. Um, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what they give us. But I don't know if you've seen this article, but oh, you wait until you see the title of it. Actor Rachel Ziegler confirms Star Wars rumors. you guys heard of this? Have you seen this anywhere? Um, I think Mr. H Reviews may have posted a video of it earlier today. Maybe I'm not sure. I haven't watched it, so I've watched like one or two of his videos today anyway. So, but this is really weird, 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 weird. But anyway, just the idea, the thought of her being in a Star Wars, the thought of her being in a Star Wars movie. Oh my god! Let it be, let it be the Star Wars movie that gets cancelled before they make it. I know I don't. The head moves a lot. I just move a slight. I'm only moving like a millimeter to the right or to the left, and it's turning that far. So it's interesting. But actress Rachel Ziegler landed several top roles, and recently she took the time to confirm a major Star Wars rumor. Uh, yeah, a huge pinch of salt. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I wanted to talk about it in this one because I've never done an article from them before. And as you say, I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, uh, if this was say if this was the park place, then yeah, you could take it 100%. I mean, they don't mess around. But the idea of Rachel Ziegler being in a Star Wars movie, I mean, if it's not cancelled now, then Star Wars is going to be 100% cancelled if she's involved. I mean, look at her history. Uh, if you've been keeping up with the latest entertainment trends, you know Rachel Ziegler, weird, 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 is one of the more controversial figures in Hollywood today. The young actress who had her breakthrough performance in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, probably the only thing that is actually successful that she's been in 2021, if at all. I mean, I haven't bothered watching it, but it's not my cup of tea. Has landed numerous roles, including the titular character in Disney's Snow White. Mm. The live action film was supposed to be released in the spring of 2024, but has been delayed amid backlash to 2025. All that backlash, huh? All the back. Oh, look, there we are. There's the. Oh, did they? Screen Rant posted 6 minutes ago, so I missed that article. So I might take a look at that if I can find it. But maybe this is a maybe this is one of those places like Reddit where they can be right some of the time. It's possible. We saw a YouTuber say they akin to Mike Zero. Well, I mean, if Screen Rant's got it on theirs now, I might take a look at that. Let me see if I can find this article on the article on Screen Rant, see what they say. But yeah, trust. Oh, there we go. So it posted it 6 minutes ago, so it should be on their homepage, right? Star Wars, maybe. Uh, I can't see anything on Screen Rant about it. Search. Wow. No. Well, I haven't found that article. I did look, but there's nothing. Exclusives. Christopher Nolan helps with Man of Steel set Up Zack Snyder's DCEU fail. Stranger Things season 5 missing character is actually good news for the show's ending. Star Wars new movies reveal Mandalorian are officially replacing Jedi, and there's one simple reason why. I might have to do a video on that. I'll do a video on that tomorrow, actually. I can't see anything on Screen Rant regarding it. I'm not sure if you can. Might be able to. Hey, everything's worth a try. But I can't see it. I mean, I thought if it was 6 minutes ago, then, well, if it was 10 minutes ago, then I would have thought that it would show up. But there's nothing there. I can't see anything. But yeah, well, let's go back to this article anyway and see what they're saying. Maybe you can compare it when I get the Screen Rant through. Though Ziegler has been garnering attention and fan chatter for a different reason, there is perhaps no franchise that has seen more fan attention and conversation over its history than Lucasfilm's Star Wars. Yeah, I can just imagine it. Absolute flop. It's going to be the worst Star Wars movie because it's got Rachel Ziegler in it, and everything she's in flops. So, yeah. Sorry, that's just laughing at something I just saw. So, Star Wars is a cultural phenomenon that has captivated audiences around the world since the release of the original film, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Actually, it was just called Star Wars. The original film was just Star Wars, not Episode 4, A New Hope. That came later. In 1977, created by George Lucas, the franchise quickly became a global sensation, spawning sequels, prequels, spin-off series, books, comics, and an extensive merchandise empire. However, they don't have any source material, according to KK, president of Lucasfilm. However, the landscape of Star Wars underwent a significant shift when Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012. Yeah, they all ended up sucking, except for Mando Season 1 and At a Push 2. Ahsoka was okay. Andor was okay, though boring in most places. Taking over the reins of the beloved galaxy far, far away. Yeah, I liked Shazam 2 as well. I mean, I think it's just. I mean, I like them both because it's like I like Venom. I like both Venom movies. The Venom 2 is nowhere near as good as the first one, but sequels never are. But with Shazam, it's almost like you could watch them as if they're one movie. I mean, you could watch them one after the other. You wouldn't feel at a loss, and you'd still enjoy it. But that's my opinion. But when Disney acquired Lucasfilm, that's the big. I don't even think that Disney acquiring Lucasfilm was the problem in 2012. I think it's the appointment of KK as president of Disney of Lucasfilm. She would love to be Disney president, wouldn't she? I'm sure she would. But I think it's just KK's appointment as president of Lucasfilm that was the problem. And what's the first thing she did after she was president? Sorry, I just had a notification on my phone, and I think, seeing as it's half eight, it's a notification for going to watch a live stream on some old Yorkshire Geeks channel. I'll be in the chat on that one, guys. If you haven't been over there already, subscribe and they're good stuff. It's good stuff. So the acquisition of Disney marked a new era for Star Wars with the promise of more films, television series, and expanded universe content, even though there is no source material. KK. The first major installment under Disney's stewardship was Star Wars Episode 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just messing. The Force Awakens, directed by J.J. Abrams. That was a mistake. The film aimed to rejuvenate the franchise, introducing new characters like Rey, Finn, the underused former stormtrooper, and Kylo Ren. Well, there has to be a red lightsaber somewhere, doesn't there? While paying homage to the original trilogy, it received mixed reactions from fans and critics, with some praising its nostalgic elements. Well, the nostalgic elements, is that the fact that it's almost a copy and paste remake of A New Hope? Only the Death Star is now an entire moon, right? Uh, uh, Elements and other criticizing it for being too derivative. Depends on your definition of derivative. So, one of the notable aspects of Disney's approach to Star Wars was the decision to create standalone films known as the anthology. The anthology. You're just finishing watching Troy? Where was I? Approach to Star Wars with decision creating standalone films known as the anthology. There we go. Series to complement the episodic saga. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I actually enjoyed Rogue One. I thought it was a good film. Some of the dialogue was pretty bad, but I mean, it's, in my opinion, Rogue One was written as a series anyway. They just gave him a movie because they had to do something, I reckon. Was the first of these anthologies, exploring the events leading up to the original trilogy. Well, everyone wanted to see that. Everyone wanted to see the rebels, get the plans and get them on there, get them to the resistance. The film was well received for its gritty tone and connection to the broader Star Wars narrative. That's true. That's true. I mean, it was. I think I watched it quite. I watched it a few times. I did. I still watch it occasionally, not often. But they're in my collection, basically. Yeah, I enjoyed The Force Awakens. I mean, at the time, it was a good Star Wars movie, but the problem is that as the next one, as was it The Last Jedi came out, people had started to catch on to what they were doing, basically, and there are a lot of elements from all three sequel movies that are direct copies from the original trilogy, right? I mean, was it the Last Jedi? They had those speeders uh, facing off against AT-ATs, the advanced AT-ATs that were supposed to be modified to prevent a snow speeder from tripping them over. Yeah, they did. They did. But I mean, like I said, I don't blame Disney as such. I blame the appointment of KK as president of Lucasfilm. I think that's the mistake they made. If it wasn't for that, I don't think we would have the problems that we have now with the message and everything, and Acolyte, where we have no lightsabers and no blasters, but a Jedi and a Sith assassin are supposed to fight. So the Sith assassin is supposed to learn how to fight with their hands in order to defeat this Jedi master who's been fighting with her hands the whole time that she's been in the Order, even though she should be trained to use a lightsaber, right? So, but yeah, it was a good film. I liked it when it came out. However, the reception took a turn with Star Wars Episode the 3, 5, 6. Oh, 8. So I'm just pretending to be stupid, guys. Don't worry. The Last Jedi 2017, directed by Rian Johnson. This installment proved to be divisive among fans, with some applauding its subversion of traditional Star Wars tropes and others expressing disappointment. Well, it was disappointing in the handling of established characters. The film's bold choices, particularly regarding Luke Skywalker's character arc, sparked intense debate within the fan community. Yes, because you fucking made him into a wuss. Yes, not all aliens have two hands. What a twist. But yeah, you should go and subscribe to Win Grace's channel as well. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to put a link to your channels in the description below, so anyone who could seize this can actually just head over. Following The Last Jedi, Solo, a Star Wars story, faced challenges ranging from production issues to franchise fatigue among audiences. There's a franchise fatigue again. It's not franchise fatigue; it's bad movie fatigue, right? We're getting tired of having crap in front of us. The film exploring the backstory of Han Solo. I mean, I have to say, I only watched it because I knew it had Emilia Clarke in it. So, is that a bad thing? Is it bad that I only watched it for Emilia Clarke? Is that bad? Is that bad? I wonder. Is that bad? I don't think it's a bad thing. Star Wars projects. Right. How much is left of this? There's a bit. I wonder if maybe another 10 minutes. We'll see. Right. So, hey, it's Boba Fett. But it isn't because it's got that red scarf. So it's not Boba Fett, is it? It's Marshall. Yeah. Yeah, the woke droid that was in love with Calrissian. She was in love with Lando. But it will never work. It will never work. In response to the mixed reactions and the underwhelming box office, that's something that we've come to expect from Disney, isn't it? An underwhelming box office these days. Performance of Solo, Disney recalibrated its strategy. The company decided to slow down and release the Star Wars films and focus on other mediums, including television. This shift led to the creation of The Mandalorian. Yay! 2019, a live-action series set in the Star Wars universe featuring the enigmatic bounty hunter known as Din Djarin, or the Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal, probably his best role ever. The show gained widespread acclaim for its fresh take on the galaxy's lore. Yeah, it did. I mean, I loved Mandalorian when it came out. The first 2 seasons were great. The second season could have been better. But, charismatic characters like Baby Yoda or Grogu and high production values. See, that's the thing. We all used to call it Baby Yoda because it was a baby of Yoda, right? We didn't know Yoda's name. We didn't know his name until season 2. Is it season 2 we found his name out? I vaguely remember. I could be wrong, but I think season 2 is when we found out his name. I can't remember. I might have to go back and watch them again. Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. 2019. Served as the conclusion to the Skywalker saga, directed, but it's not because they're going to make another one and it's going to be Rey Skywalker, right? So how can they conclude the Skywalker saga and then plan to make another movie with the main character as a Skywalker. Cobventh. Took me about a whole minute to remember that I'd be crap in a quiz. I would as well. I love how these places give up after one try. X-Men Origins Wolverine sucked. They stopped trying. Solo sucked. They stopped trying. Yeah, well, it's true. It's true. Whispers, I liked X-Men Origins Wolverine. Wolverine was a good movie. Although I might be confusing one Wolverine with another Wolverine movie. The only X-Men movie I really disliked was probably Apocalypse. I'd agree with that. The other ones were pretty good, but I think X-Men Apocalypse was bad. I never saw Dark Phoenix though. I don't think I saw the Dark Phoenix either. Actually, I think at that point I'd just given up with X-Men, as the movies were not portraying the characters properly. If that makes sense. I mean, I liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but there's nothing else that actually drew me into those movies. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, you, Win Grace. Not the Wolverine, which I also liked. Yeah, basically anything with Hugh Jackman as the main character in the X-Men universe, they're good. It's good. I saw Dark Phoenix. Guess what? I thought it was okay. It's going to be terrible then, Win Grace. It's going to be terrible. Steve likes it, so it's going to be bad.
Steve! 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 Steve!
Yeah, they did try and make Mystique the focus for some reason, didn't they? Well, I would ask how low, but you would say, how low can you go? Just saying. Right, let's get back to this article. Said as a conclusion, I swear, J.J. Abrams' a film. Where was I? I've lost myself. The film aimed to address lingering questions and provide closure to the epic narrative. While some fans appreciated the efforts, others struggled to tie up the saga cohesively. In the wake of the Skywalker saga's conclusion, Disney expanded the Star Wars content on Disney Plus, introducing series such as The Bad Batch. I liked The Bad Batch. Ahsoka, I enjoyed Ahsoka, but I didn't really like it that much, but I enjoyed it. Obi-Wan, I enjoyed it, but I didn't like it that much. It's like when I say I enjoyed it, I enjoyed it when I watched it, but I don't like it. So the likelihood of me watching them again, it's the likelihood of watching them again. That's the thing that I go for. Among others, these projects aimed to explore different corners of the galaxy and delve deeper into beloved characters' stories. Well, Ahsoka went to an entirely different galaxy, so yeah. As we look towards the future of Star Wars, there is one theory that has continued to be discussed even after the conclusion of the Skywalker saga. In the realm of Star Wars fan theories, Reylo refers to the idea of a romantic relationship between Rey and Kylo Ren. Never happened. Didn't see it on screen. Didn't see nothing. Two central characters in the sequel trilogy. This theory gained traction, particularly after the release of Star Wars Episode 8, Episode 7, sorry. The Force Awakens in 2015, and continue. I still can't believe it was only 2015. It feels like a lot longer. The and continued to evolve the subsequent films. Okay. And there we are. Raylo. There's Raylo right there. The chemistry and complex dynamics between Rey, portrayed by Daisy Ridley, and Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver. It's funny how their careers have absolute opposite things because of Star Wars. Adam Driver got away from Star Wars, and look what happened. He's been in quite a few good movies. 65 is not one of them. Daisy Ridley, well, she was in, what's that one with the echo mist going above their heads or something? I can't remember what it was called. It was her, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Daisy Ridley. I'm pretty sure that was Daisy Ridley. Anyway, I completely derailed this Star Wars topic. Yeah. It's subterranean. At that point, do they pull the screw it? Lever? Oh, yeah. And do a Marvel Star Wars crossover event. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where they're going. Well, they're allegedly doing Star Wars what if thingies. Yeah, I don't think they need to do that. What they need to do is they need to get some originals writing done for a Star Wars movie, and that would just be acceptable. I only know she was in that flick with Tom Holland. That's the one I'm thinking of, and she was in one of the Agatha Christie's. Yes, she was. It was that the Murder on the Orient Express that they did? I can't remember if it was the Death on the Nile. It was Murder on the Orient Express, I think. But you're right. You're right. The Last Jedi, 2017. The Rey and Kylo shared more screen time, delving into their shared struggles and a deeper exploration of the Force. May the Force be with you always. In a recent Twitter or X, no one knows what to bloody call it. DM Rachel Ziegler took time to tell a fan that she is indeed not a Reylo. So Rachel Ziegler herself is not a Reylo. I bet she is. This is making me scream, Pamela. It just opened up another page for some reason. Why do I feel like Rachel Ziegler is a Reylo? She isn't. So that's apparently her. That is apparently her replying. Okay. Does she even understand what a Reylo is? Can't be that much left of this. I think we're down to the last paragraph. Let's get this through. So the fact that the young actress took time to address this fan shows that she's not working, which means she's tanked her career because she hasn't got a job. Perspective tells us all we need to know about what she thinks about the theory because it's weird. As far as what's next for Rachel Ziegler, who gives a toss? We'll have to wait and see what projects she does not get picked for. The young actress lands next. Have you ever heard of this Star Wars theory? Let Inside the Magic know in the comments. I think that's a well-written article, actually. A bit long. We could have done with being a bit shorter, I think. But I think it's a well-made article. And if it shows up on Screen Rant, I might follow this video up as a result because I think it'll be interesting to find out. I really do. Weird. So yeah, I mean that's going to be it for today. I think. Steve, you've got a live in 10 minutes, and I will be there. Win Grace, thanks for coming. And like I've said, It's about Rachel wanting to play a certain character in an animated Star Wars thing. Oh, I know that. I know that. I know what that's about. I do. I know what that's about. I actually saw that. I think Mr. H did a video on it earlier. I think. Not sure. Don't take my word for that. So yeah, Screen Rant article is about Rachel Ziegler wanting to play a certain character. She wants to voice Poe Dameron's mother because of the ship that his mother flew was the RZ-1. So the whole reason she wants to voice this character is because it has her initials in the serial number for the ship that she flies. RZ-1. Fucking stupid is that? I want to voice this character because the ship that she flies has my initials. Nice. But that is absolutely terrible. I mean, I read that. I have seen that. I knew it was you're talking about. As soon as you said about Rachel Ziegler wanting to play, I was like, yep, I know what one you're talking about. I know what one you're talking about. But yeah. Yes, the HF one, the Harrison Ford one. There you go, because it was Harrison Ford. Unless you go with Solo, then it's what's that actor's name? Well, it should be HC one, shouldn't it? Han and Chewie one. So it should be HC. Yeah. But yes. So this has been a great one. I've been absent for a while, but hopefully that's not going to carry on. And let me know in the comment section below whether you actually like the new avatar. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this specific one. I think that I need to do a little bit of calibrating to get it to 100%. But I will look into it. But I mean, if you like to see the avatar, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And don't forget, guys, to hit that thumbs up, give us that like, hit the subscribe button. You can share it wherever the hell you like. You can even hit the thumbs down if you like. Not that I want you to do that, but if you don't like the video, you don't like the video. And as always, guys, take care. Stay safe. And may the Schwartz be with you. Always. Take care, everyone.